Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, another episode of Flick Nose Market Update here, and excited. You know, it is the week of Christmas here, and regardless of whether you celebrate Christmas or not, you know, it is a holiday week for most, and you know, it's things tend to slow down, other things tend to pick up. We're doing the last minute scrambling. Seems to be a yearly tradition for me to go out shopping the last week of Christmas and try and find those last few things that we need for Christmas gifts and such. But nonetheless, here we are. Real estate market is still moving. It's still making moves. There are people out there finding properties and making offers. There are properties on the market, albeit it's heading down. And you know, I thought I'd dive into a couple of questions. Some questions I've answered before, but I wanted to give a little bit more detail on what we're seeing there and what we're kind of predicting for 2021 here coming forward. You know, I continue to receive a lot of questions about forbearance and foreclosures and where the market is. And so speaking generally a little bit about forbearance because of the COVID crisis here, you know, I think that there's a lot of folks that definitely needed that forbearance, right? And a lot of folks out there are really hurting in certain sectors of the economy right now. There's a lot of people just scraping by, making it happen, and other sectors, you know, take Amazon for example, are just absolutely blowing up, right? You know, our details, the statistics that we're seeing right now, about 48% of the people who are in forbearance were like, hey, we don't really know what's going to happen, so we're going to take the forbearance. 48% of those people didn't really need it. So that leaves 52% of the people who needed the forbearance and trying to get back on their feet. You know, you kind of need two keys to get into foreclosure. One of those is economic stress, which, you know, obviously COVID is probably providing for a number of people. And the second part of that is a lack of equity. And, you know, in 2008, in that crisis, we certainly did see a lack of equity in a lot of properties. Right now, we're not seeing a lack of equity. You know, you got those two components. That's what creates foreclosure. If people have equity, they can refinance right now, take some of that equity out and kind of string that along for a little bit longer before they get to foreclosure. Or in our market up here in Summit County, you can just put it on the market and sell it and get out from under it. And that is certainly one way to take care of that property. So, you know, I think what we're seeing as we're heading into 2021 is economic confidence is pretty high in the U.S., that the economy is going to be all right. You know, I think fundamentally the economy was strong, still is strong. Nothing was really broken in the economy that is causing this. This is a health crisis, not an economic crisis. So fundamentally, I think going into 2021, as we see things, we're going to be recovering pretty strong. And the real estate market itself, although it hasn't really dipped other than kind of that March-April time frame, is going to continue to be a strong place to invest and put your money and you know, be a good place to focus on. So, yeah, like I said, nothing systematic was really broken in the economy there. You know, as we head into 2021, I think next week we'll probably talk about some of the things you know, that we are grateful for 2020. But as we close out this week's episode of Flick Nose, let's just touch on the numbers that we do each week. And so new listings this week, 9. Believe it or not, only 9 new listings this week. It is the holiday week, kind of to be expected. However, pending properties, 43 properties were pending in the last 7 days. So people are out there, regardless of the holidays. You know, a few people take their eye off the prize. A lot of people have not. They're focused on getting that property for the winter ski season here and taking advantage of it. Price reduced, only 7 properties price reduced. Let's take a look at active listings. This number I don't think is going to be surprising to you at all. As always, we ended November of 2020 with 747 active listings. December of 19, we ended, so a year ago, we ended December with 851 active listings. And today, we are sitting at 682 active listings. And that really is not a surprise when you're looking at 43 properties going pending with only 9 new listings. So 682 active listings. That kind of gives you an idea of what we're dealing with up here in the market. Interest rates are currently low. I did hear somebody getting a 2.5% loan on their mortgage there. That is incredible. If you have not refinanced your home or your properties, and you're paying something in the 4s, like definitely 4 is incredibly good and great. Reach out to me. I can put you in touch with some local lenders. Samantha Daly's awesome. Get in touch with her and we can refinance you down to a better rate, and you can do some really cool things with that equity. So as always, if you have any questions, teamflick@summitliving.com. Reply to this email, drop a comment below. If you're watching this on the old FaceTubes, we're here for you, and look forward to seeing you next week. I hope everybody has a great holiday week here. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that fun stuff, and we'll talk to you next week. Check you later.